guys, what's up? Welcome to Living Irving. My name is Latanya, and in today's video I am going to show you how to get a daytime and a nighttime look for mature women. Welcome to Living Irving. I help women look good, feel strong, and live purposefully inside out. If you're not subscribed here, what are you waiting for? Go ahead right now, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you don't miss any uploaded videos. Let's learn makeup together today. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. I moisturized my face, and the first product that I went in after moisturizing my face is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer with 4% niacinamide. I love this primer. It is all purpose for me. I apply it all over my face, my brows, everything, even my eyelids. And I use that to prime as a primer for eyeshadows, as well as it holds down my eyebrows in place. And it allows me, I didn't even put any product on my brows. These are my natural brows. I just outlined them with a little bit of concealer, and I'm going to fill those in later. This is one of my absolute fave products. I highly recommend. This is a must-have primer and super affordable. And if you have mature skin like myself, because it has the 4% niacinamide, you definitely want to make sure when you're buying makeup products that you're buying products that have skincare already built inside, because that is definitely a bonus and a plus for us mature girls. And I am going to be using the Juvia's Place Coffee Shop eyeshadow palette. This is a palette that I highly recommend to any beginners in makeup if you have warm undertones, because this palette is perfect for warm undertones. Look at the colors in here, how beautiful. And it's super affordable. This is a Sigma, I believe a E43 brush or something like that. I'm going to go in with this shade in the palette right here. And I am going to be using this as a transition shade. I'm going to go in here and tap my brush inside like so. Tap off the excess. And we are going to go up above the crease because I have a hooded eye. And we're just going to get that on there. Swirl it like so. If you guys don't have one of these little things, this is like an eyeshadow brush cleaner. I love one of these things. I got this at the Dollar Tree. When you're using or in between brushes and you're getting eyeshadow on them, I like to go in and just clean off my brush. So with each application, if you swipe it in here, it really cleans the brush, and you can, go in between different colors if need be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Sephora eyeshadow brush. It has like a half moon shape. It's very dense. And the reason why I like this is because it gets right in here, and it kind of gives you, it makes it easy to just kind of give like a clean cut crease. Not a clean cut crease, but like a soft cut crease. So let me go ahead and show you. So we're just going to go in here and keep it very neutral and simple. I'm going to go in with, let's see, I'm going to go in with this gold down here, because I think this would be like the perfect color for multiple shades of color women. And you can't go wrong with gold. So we're just going to go ahead and swipe this on here. I'm just going to keep this very simple. So we put a transition shade above the crease and in the crease and all over the lid. Now we're just going in with a neutral gold. And look at how pretty this is. It's soft and beautiful, and it'll look good on all skin tones. And we're just going to do something simple like that. Okay, so let's backtrack on this eyeshadow look. So we've gone in with a transition color here, and we've gone in with a nice golden shade on the lid, and we stop about right here. I don't know if that's 1/2 of the eye, 1/4 of the eye, or whatever, but you want to kind of stop right here. And then once we get to the outer V of the eye, we're going to go in with a darker, deeper shade, like a brown. And what this is going to do is add a little depth and dimension in the eyelid and just give it just more of a pop. So now I'm going in with a more dense brush. This is another Sigma brush, and I will try to figure these out and have all the brushes linked below. So we're going to go back in the palette, and this time we're going to go in with this brown here, down here. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to tap the eyeshadow on both sides. Make sure to tap off the excess. And then now we're just going to focus on the outer corner of the eye. Just the outer V, like so. And we're just going to kind of swipe that product on and pull out like so. And then we're just kind of making like a V, focusing literally like a V shape. And see how it's just starting to add a little bit of depth. So you just want to build. Take your time and build. Like, you don't want to go with too much product. So we're going with a natural neutral day look. So we don't want to overdo it on the eyes. We want the makeup to look flattering, but not overwhelming, especially for us mature ladies. We want everything to look natural. And so see how this is looking? See the difference between both eyes? You could totally go with this eye, but this right here, because I have a hooded eye, I like to do this step because it just adds a little dimension. And any excess product I have, I will just kind of make sure I come in the crease. And how you can tell is there's like an eye bone, and you can literally place the brush here, and once it's in the socket, that's your actual crease. And I'm just kind of pull that product in and kind of bring it up to the brow like so. And that's it. The key to beautiful eyeshadow is blending, making sure there's no harsh lines. Then we're going to go back in with the first fluffy brush and see how it has a little product on it. And we're just going to blend everything together to make sure there's no harsh lines. And this is what a very natural eyeshadow look looks like. One of my favorite products by e.l.f. and it's their liquid eyeliner. I'm going to go ahead and put a very thin layer. So when you're doing eyeliner, I highly recommend some type of magnification mirror like so. Something like this that you can get right up into the mirror that's 10 times the magnification so that you can see whatever it is you're doing. Me, I cannot see close up, so I definitely have to have something to help me out when I am applying my liner. So when you're going in there, you want to kind of wipe off a little bit of the excess product, and you just want to take your time. And so when I start out, I do like to pull my eye up because I have a hooded eye and this little excess meat gets in the way. So what I'm going to do is pull the eye, and I'm going to start like right here. Next, I'm going to go in with this e.l.f. Lash Extender Mascara. This one is okay for the price, but not the biggest fan of this mascara. But I'm going to put lashes on today, so I am just going to put a light coat of this mascara on so that my lashes will have some sort of shelf to sit up nicely on. So if you are new to lashes and not everyone is always comfortable in lashes, and you want some lashes that you can try that'll look very flattering but not too much, then I love these lashes by Kiss. They're the Kiss Uncovered collection in the style Peachy, and they have the invisible band up here at the top, so it doesn't have that really thick chunky band, and this just melts right into your natural lashes, and it looks so natural. When I wear these, no one knows that I'm wearing lashes. This is the Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive with Aloe, and this has if you're allergic to latex, This is latex free, and I love using this because lately my eyes have been really sensitive to the glue and they'll water all day. So I'm going to go ahead and put them on off camera just to let you see how nice and natural they look. Look at how natural these lashes look. Like, you literally cannot tell that I have on lashes. So that's what makes a great natural makeup look. So I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer. I believe this one is in the color Cinnamon. Everything will be linked below. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this. And yes, it's darker than my skin tone, but it works out. I'm going to put a little bit over there because I have darkness there. Cover up the chin hair area. Any like red areas on my face, like so. I'm just going to let that dry down for a minute or two. It makes it easier to blend, and it just sets a little bit better so that it's not going to move when I apply the foundation in the next step. So I'm going to go in with this Real Techniques brush, and this, I'll have it linked below. It has a number 401. I love to blend out my concealer. Now I'm just taking a little bit of translucent powder on the powder puff and setting lightly and gently. I just applied a teeny bit of product on this pad, and I'm just literally pressing it down, and I'm just going to let that soak into the skin. So next we are going in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. I love, 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 love this product. This product gives you such a youthful glow. Glowing products give you a more hydrated, youthful look. When I do this step, I get stopped and asked, what is that foundation you're wearing? I draw attention to my makeup because it's just glowing. It just looks so healthy, and you'll see. So let's go ahead and try this. Now, this more or less is like definitely not full coverage. If you have flawless skin, then this may be your best friend. Like, this is enough. So I'm going to go in with one of my Morphe foundation brushes, and I'm going to go ahead and just tap this in to the skin, and look at how flawless this is. I'm going to stay away from my direct under eye because I'm going to conceal there. So next we are going to tackle this round face. We're going to bring some dimension and depth, and we're going to slim it down. We're going to get it snatched, and this is the key right here. This is the trick to snatch that face. So I'm going to go in, and we're going to be using primarily mostly all e.l.f. These are the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealers. I'm going to be using this to brighten, and I'm going to be using this as a contour. And we're going to contour here at the bridge of our nose and slim that nose down. And highlight. Take a little bit of product. We're going to let this dry for 5 minutes. That is the key to making this flawless. You want this concealer to dry down 3 minutes minimum, but I can even go 5 minutes. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and just blend this out because now it is kind of dried down. So it just makes it blend out a lot more seamless. We've gone ahead and we blended out the contour part. So we're going to go ahead and blend out the highlight, and we're going to start on the outside. You want to blend from the outside to the inside. And this is one of my favorite brushes by Real Techniques. When I tell you they are an OG on the brushes, and they're super affordable drugstore brushes that have lasted me for years. Even when I wash them, I don't have a problem with them breaking, tearing up, or shedding. And when I tell you, one of my hands down top favorite makeup brushes of all times. See how that's blending out and looking seamless? All right, so after we've blended out, we have to move quickly. So one of the reasons why I like to let that concealer dry down, because it just helps it for me not to crease as much. It feathers out a little bit better the more that you let the product dry down. Now, I do like to take a damp beauty blender, because what it's going to do is soak up a little bit of the excess product. So I'm going to go ahead and tap over the under eye area. I'm not so focused on the other areas, but this is the area right up in here that you want to make sure that you are blended out well right around that eye area. So you definitely want to focus on that and just allow that excess product to get soaked up in that sponge. Flip this over, and I'm just going to blend out the nose and push up. See how my nose is snatched already? Then I'm going to take the back of this on the beauty blender and just kind of blend out this harsh line. And this is just giving me a nice little lift. The camera, I get a lot of camera overheating issues, and it just cuts off. I had to set really fast under my eyes, so I went in and set. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow powder filtered, and this just gives you like a filtered look under the under eye. This color is a little bit light for me, but because I had to set quickly, I just went ahead and used this with a powder puff and set. The overall set of the face, I did go in with one of my favorite powders, and this is the Maybelline Fit Me translucent powder in number 5. And I use this to set all over the face. What I like to do in between powder sets, I've already went ahead and sprayed my e.l.f. Dewy Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. I love this. It just takes down the powder, and it just helps the makeup to set in between, and it's just going to help that makeup to last that much longer. This is the Black Radiance Contour palette, my favorite. I am in the color light to medium. I love this palette. It has a highlighter, and it has a contour and a sculpt in it. I found this brush at TJ Maxx in between, and just kind of tap off the excess. I'm just going to go ahead and hold that brush and just kind of tap it. See how it just kind of gives me, I just want enough just to kind of give me that start out look like it's, you know, contouring. Giving me a little little chisel. So see how where I highlighted, it's bringing like light towards my face, but the darkness, the shadows, and how it's just making my face look a lot slimmer. We're going to go back in with our damp beauty blender, and we're just going to blend some of this out, because it does have a little foundation on it. So if you feel like it's a little bit too heavy, your contour, you can always go in with your beauty blender and blend out any excess harsh lines like so. We're just going to tap and blend that out like so, and just blend to your satisfaction. So we're going to have to go in on the nose area and kind of diffuse the harsh lines over here. So I went ahead and tapped this little Wet n Wild brush in both colors, tapped off the excess, and I'm going to just kind of apply this in above the crease so that it meets and connects right here, so it doesn't look like there's a separation, and that this is all kind of going into the eyebrow. So see how I've diffused that? And so we're just going to tap, tap, and tap off. We just want the littlest product, because we just want to blend everything in. So it's all about the blend. It's all about blending, blending, blending. Blend and connect. So all of this looks like one. And then any extra you can just kind of set the side of the nose like so. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and highlight. I'm not a huge blush person, but I like to use the highlighter instead. This little palette has a nice golden highlight. This works on all shades. I'm going in with my Real Techniques fan brush. Again, I am a super fan of their brushes, and I'm just going to go ahead and dip the fan in, tap off any excess, and I am just going to highlight. I like to bring it down on the apples on my cheek, because during the day as this sinks into the skin, when you see my side profile, it catches the eye. And instead of blush, I just prefer the highlighted look. It all ties back to the youthful glow. For me, like when you're at the gym and you kind of sweat and it's like a very hydrating looking sweat. Well, that's the look that I'm going for. I'm going to go back in with our beauty blend. We're just going to diffuse everything so that it just blends in seamless and it looks natural. We don't want anything overpowering. We just want all of this to look like skin. I'm loving this. This looks so natural. I'm going to go ahead and put on a little bit of blush for you guys. The blush that I'm going to be using is by Juvia's Place, and this is volume 2. Her blushes are super pigmented. Look at how pretty this is. This is like a dark peach and a light peach. And I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques blush brush. And I'm going to go in with the lighter peach. And I'm going to tap it in the darker peach. Tap off any excess. We're going to focus on the outside of the cheek. And we're just going to focus like right in here. I just want just a little slight hint of blush. Nothing heavy or too much. This is just going to give us a little extra flush of color. Then I'm just going to go back in and just make sure all of this is just kind of diffused and just going to blend in seamlessly. Now I'm going to go ahead back in with the e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. Okay. And I love this stuff. I'm just going to spray this on like so. Let that dry down. I am going to go in and I just want to add a little extra drama to this look. It's personal preference. I'm going to smoke out the under eye slightly. So I'm going to go back in with this dense brush here that we use for the outer V. And I'm going to dip it back into this brown palette because that's what I use out here on the outer V. And I am going to just smoke out the under eye slightly. And this is just personal preference. You don't have to do this, but it does make the makeup look a lot more dramatic. So you can see the difference. And if it gets a little patchy like over here, what do? Get our handy dandy blender and tap out any mistakes that happen on the outside of the eye like so. And that resolves that problem. So we're going to go in, we're going to do a natural lip with this look, but you definitely take this look up. I am going to sharpen my lip pencil real quick. And this is the MAC Costa Reach. I'm going to go in with MAC's Peach Stock. So what do you think? I decided to go with a different color. This is MAC Cockney. It's kind of like a burnt red. The final love. The final. This is the final look. I am loving how this look turned out. When I switched it over to the MAC Cockney lipstick, it totally took the look to a nighttime look. What do you think? And then when I put the MAC Peach Stock lipstick on, it took it to a daytime look. So the Peach Stock lipstick, you could totally wear that look, I believe, to work. And then the MAC Cockney lipstick with this makeup look totally looks glam for nighttime. So what do you think, guys? Which look did you prefer? Leave me a comment below and let me know what you thought. And guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.